Today is going to be all about landing pages. So we used to have landing pages a long time ago with the old websites. Then the new websites came out and landing pages went away and then they came back. And I haven't done a whole lot on those. We've done a lot of website training, but not really like standalone web page trainings. So it is a bit more, I would say, advanced than your typical KW website setup. But I'm going to walk you through sort of exactly what that looks like and how to create landing pages for different things, in particular a listing. But we can also look at some other custom landing pages that you could do as well. Does everyone know what a landing page is versus a website? Paul, your your face is not giving me confidence.
I was trying to think of a really good way to say it. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. So your website is obviously you have multiple different pages on your website. You can search for properties, you can have an about you page, you can make custom pages, things like that, but everything's kind of linked together from your main website. A landing page is a standalone page, so it has its own link to it. It doesn't connect to your website. You're not going to see it in the menu of your website. But it's something that, let's say you do a post about your listing and you put a link to a landing page for that listing. All it's going to have is just that information for that listing. It doesn't have like your website menu. It doesn't have other listings on it. It's just to feature that one specific thing that you're advertising. And so the term landing page, it's somewhere that, someone clicks on something and they land there. That's the gist of it. So it's used a lot for marketing, for listings in particular. It's really nice for your sellers, sort of as a value add, because they want to know their properties being featured on the internet, obviously. But if you share it from your website, it links to other properties. People can look at other properties. In this case, they're only looking at that person's listing. And so it's kind of a dedicated website for their listing, and it feels really nice and special. So that's kind of the value add with doing it for your listings. And then you might do it for, maybe you're doing an event and you want to collect RSVPs and have one specific page that you're sending them to fill out a form, something like that, right? So there's lots of different uses for landing pages, but the gist of it is it's just to advertise that one specific thing, and it doesn't connect anywhere else, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Are you seeing my command right now? Good. Okay. So let me flip this over. Go. To get to your landing pages, it's actually in the same section as your website. So when you're logged into Command, you're going to click on Websites, which is at the bottom left. It's probably going to pop up and say, usually it says something went wrong, even though nothing went wrong. And once you get to this page, you're going to click on Manage Website. And then you're going to ignore all of this. And at the top, you're going to go directly into Expert Mode. Okay. Expert mode is right up here. Wait for it to load. This expert mode looks a little confusing. It's not as user-friendly as one might like. So it'll take some time to get used to it. This is also where you can add additional pages to your website. So let's say you want to add your Cloud CMA to your website. You can do that in here. Any other custom pages can be in here. And then your landing pages are also in here. So the really nice thing with this is they've already templated, in particular the listing one. So very similar to when you do a Facebook ad, all you have to do is put in the address of the listing and it's gonna build the page for you, similar to your ads. So you'll have this quick start menu up here at the top with a whole bunch of different things. But for this training in particular, we're going to be looking at two. One is the property landing page template, and then you also just have landing page, which has no template, it's just a blank page. Okay, so we're going to start with a listing because that's the biggest use case I would say for you guys with landing pages. So when you come in here, you'll click on the property landing page template. Okay, sure. The first thing is you have to choose the listing that you're building the landing page for. So you can search by address or MLS number. Does anyone have a listing right now they want me to use? Jill, do you have an active one?
Yeah, I just can't remember the MLS numbers of them.
You have the address.
Okay, so let's do one of the cottages, the 884. Oh my God, I can't even remember. Hold on, 2 seconds. Bear with me. It's 8856 or 8848 St. Margaret's Bay Road. Gabriella knows them well. There you go.
So I just typed in the address there. As you see, there's going to be a few ones that pop up, but you can see it's Nova Scotia and the MLS number fills in there. It is loading. You can see there's a spinning eyeball over here on the right-hand side. So it will start to populate in there. Page title is required. So this is basically what is going to tell you what the page is about. So I would probably just call it 8856 St. Margaret's Bay. Enough there. So that's like the internal name of the page. So when you're looking at your list of pages, that's what it's going to be called. Then there's a featured image / video. You can do custom image, custom video, or default listing image. If I choose that, typically there will be a big image that loads up here at the top. So we'll wait for that to populate in. You can also upload a video. Let's say you had like a YouTube video that was made for this property. You could upload that and it would be really big. Again, it's taking a minute. It'll be right across the top of the page once it loads in. Give that a second. We're gonna do default listing image just for simplicity on this one. There you go. So it fills in the top sort of as a big header. That's a nice picture for the top, so we'll leave that as is. And then as you scroll down, you have 5 content sections. So the first is the core details. You can, customize what's showing here. By default, it's up here. So we have 3 beds, 2 baths. Oh. Square foot, and then I don't know what that number is. There you go. You can add a title. So let's see, it's called Cleveland Beach Cottage. You can add that. It will add some text here along the side. Not loving the delay that it's taking so long to update, but it will update. And then you can choose, there you go. So your title can go in there. You have quite a bit of typing space, so you can write a good chunk if you want to give it a more robust title. You can choose to hide the title. You can hide, category, price, address, beds, baths, if you want to. Oh, this is lot size, I would say. So it's probably 0.15 of an acre. If you want to hide that, you would toggle this and then that will go away. So if any of those details you don't want to have, it will just fill in with the other details. Okay. The description also shows there. People can expand it as well. So that's the information. You have agent information, which is this little toolbar right here. There's nothing to change. This pulls directly from your profile. So as long as you have your profile set up for your website, it used to be called marketing profile, so most of you probably do. It'll have your name, phone number, email, links to your social media, and then a contact button as well. So there's nothing to change for that. Then you have the image carousel. Nothing to change for this. It's just pulling all the MLS photos. So people can come here, click the arrow, and they can go through all the MLS photos right on here. Then you have the map view. There's nothing really to change there besides you can hide the boundary display line. So it's actually just highlighting that neighborhood that the property is in, which is Queensland, Nova Scotia. So it is highlighting that whole area. If you don't want that, you would just toggle on hide boundary display line and it will still just have the map. It'll just have the pin and it'll take away those blue lines. You don't want that part highlighted and it will zoom in on exactly where that property is. I prefer this way, honestly. And then your contact form there. There's nothing really to edit as well. You have one type of contact form, which is this, so there's nothing to change. So that will also pull from your marketing profile with your photo, should say realtor here, phone number, email, etc. Okay. So all I actually had to do was type in the address and maybe a title if you wanted it. And this page is ready to go. I don't have to add anything else to it. You can add additional stuff to it if you want to. But for right now, I'm just going to click publish at the top and
Let me know
save
if you get
it.
any calls about it. Just kidding.
Yeah. We'll wait for that to load. There you go. So now that is created. If you want to see it like actually on the web, you can always click this little, it's a square with a diagonal arrow right under the publish button, which will open a new tab with that like preview of the page so you can see what it looks like. There we go. As we scroll down, and we have all the details, all the photos are here, the map, like that there. Just gonna find where the usually a spot to see what the link is going to be to it. Just gonna click return to dashboard here so I can see landing pages. Here we go, property landing page, St. Margaret's Bay. Usually there's a place where you see what the link is. Here. Strange. Like, how do we share the the landing page? It used to be a tab. I'm just going to
I think this is
look
the
this
part
up
where I've
briefly.
always kind of gone astray. Because I've like
Yeah.
tried to do landing pages, and there may be some that I've published and I don't know if I was successful or not.
Let's see. Maybe I wasn't imagining it. There's normally a URLs section. Right here with the URLs. This is a great training. Let me see. So it doesn't show you it. However, it is exactly what you name the page with a dash instead of a space.
Huh.
It's your website link / so in this case it's 8856 St Margaret's Bay. I don't know if there's maybe a glitch right now because even here you'll see that a URL is generated for this page based on the page title, but it doesn't give you the URL here. It used to. So it may just be a weird glitch happening right now. But by default, it's whatever you name it. So I would say keep the title as simple as possible because that's what the URL is going to be. So in that case, like Jill, you might just do like Cleveland Beach Cottage or something that's easier to remember. But if it's like 123 Main Street, then that's also easy to remember as well. So it's just going to be your title with a dash instead of a space after your website link. Okay. So hopefully that's just an intermittent glitch, and normally it will actually just give you the link to copy, because that's much easier, and it used to do that. But yeah, any questions on just creating the page or the URLs, I guess?
It looks like creating it was the easy part.
Yes. Yeah.
So
there-
once you have that URL, where are you gonna put that link?
So no one's gonna like happen upon this. You have to share it. And so if it's for a listing, you may actually just like email this to the seller and say like, here's your dedicated page for your listing. Feel free to share it on social media. So if they want to send it to their friends, instead of directing their friends to realtor.ca, which most clients do when they share their own house, it's shared connected to you. So if anyone is interested, you're getting that lead because they're gonna click contact, or they're going to fill out the form at the bottom and you're going to get that lead. You can also post on social media, of course. That's basically, you're going to be anywhere that you would be promoting that listing. You can use this in place of your website or in place of realtor.ca when you're sharing the property details. If you did a Facebook ad, this could be your destination for that. I would recommend for a Facebook ad to just search it on your own website, because then there's somewhere else for the leads to go if they're not interested in that property. But anywhere that you're doing like dedicated marketing for the listing, I would recommend using this link versus your website.
Okay.
So once you've published that, of course, we just use the content that was already in here, but you'll see at the bottom there's also add module. So there's other stuff you can add to this. One thing that's really nice to add, if I go to add module, there's only a few that you can. There's a custom content block, which is just like text or pictures or whatever if you wanted to like write some extra information. But the one that you're probably mostly going to use is the virtual tour. So if you have a virtual tour video or you have a Matterport, you can actually have that so it's on the page, like directly within the page. So if I click on virtual tour, if you have the virtual tour already added on MLS, it will be there. All you have to do is add the module, and it's going to pull the URL for the Matterport or the video that you have as the virtual tour URL when Alicia activates your listing. That will already be filled in, and it will add like another section down here. Or you can actually like rearrange it. So maybe you want the virtual tour to be the very top thing. Like you want them to come to your page and the Matterport's the first thing here. You can just move that right to the top. Okay. So you can adjust where it is on the page. And if you don't have the virtual tour on MLS, again, you can just copy the Matterport link and paste it right in here. But most of the time you're going to have it on MLS if you've paid to do the Matterport anyways. So it will pull that in directly. Okay. Any questions on that?
Yep, I've got one.
Sure.
Late to the party. So do we have to
Yeah.
do this as or can we do this as a standalone? Or do we have to link it through our website? Or can we link our website to this? Like, can we link them in any way?
No, so they're not linked. The only way they're linked is the link. Like the link to this page is your website. So yours would be darlenemorrissey.kw.com / whatever your landing page title is. You can't find this on your website. It's not like a menu item on your website. It is purely a standalone page. It's just like on the back end, obviously you're in your website settings, your website configuration, creating it. But to the consumer that clicks on it, it's not connected to your website in any way. It's
Yeah,
just
so Jessica,
its own
when the
standalone.
place, okay, when the place sells, we've got to get this down. Do we put it on for, I don't know, 30 days, or how do we take it down when we're done with it? And do we have
So
to take it
you
completely down?
would, I mean, it's going to update. So see right here, it says for sale. Once
Mhm.
it's sold, it's going to say sold. So it's going to have like compliantly show that the property has sold. I would say it doesn't change anything versus your regular social media marketing. Like if you're going back and deleting old posts of old listings that you've shared, it would go down with it basically. You can come in once this is so let me just go back to the main page of your dashboard. If Actually, I think right from that page. So let me go back to property landing page here. Let's say this is sold. I don't want people to find the link. If they click on the link, I don't want them to see the details. You're going to come in, click on the 3 dots up here and go archive. So if someone does click on that link, it'll just say, oops, this page isn't found.
Click on what 3
We'll
dots?
update the status to sold as well, if you want to leave that on.
What 3 dots, Jess?
Right here at the top right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's right next to the publish button. So you just open that page again, click the 3 dot action button, and then just do archive.
Perfect.
Yeah. But if people, likely no one saved the link to this. So if, you know, you take it out of the post on Facebook, that's fine. If you archive it here, that's also fine. If they click on the link, it just won't take them there. Just breaks the connection to it. So yeah. Any other questions regarding this one? It's pretty simple.
So I have a question, Jess. So
Yeah.
if somebody doesn't have a link, they're not going to see it on your website as like a featured listing, are they?
No.
Is there a way to make your listing a feature listing on your website?
Yeah. So if I go, so that's part of like your website setup, not necessarily a landing page, but like you can have these sections that say like featured listing. You can create them dynamically, so you can have like office listings, for example, have it all of the KW listings if you don't have any listings. You can do, you know, my listings and have it only your listings. If you have one specific one you want to feature, just say like, check out this listing and choose one listing. So there's definitely ways it would be featured like on your homepage. That's the only way it would be featured. Not through a landing page. If you click on any, like if you have a featured listing here and you click on it, it's going to bring you into like your actual website as if you searched up that listing. Does that make sense? I can run through it at the end if we have time. It's just a separate, it's
Yeah,
the website side, not the page side. Yeah.
no worries. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions on the listing one? I can show you a non-listing one as well.
Yeah, can we see a non-listing one?
Yeah. The hard part with that is you need to have something to advertise. So a bit of creativity on your part. But I can show you some ideas. Let me I'm gonna go back to that quick start on the dashboard and just choose landing page. So it's not any specific type of template, it's just a blank page. You see this one has URLs. The other one did not, so I don't know why. The very first section up here shows the URLs. Again, you have to give it a title, just call it test page. And then as you see, there's no like preloaded content in here. It's just add module. So there's nothing already created for you. It's just a blank slate. So if I click on add module, you'll see there's a lot of different things here than the other one had. I go to all, there is some content blocks as you can see here. So just like a standard list. We have a listing list, classic listing list, modern listing list, your search bar. So that's the exact same thing that's on your homepage. Text boxes. If I go down here, there's like stat templates. So you could do like a neighborhood feature page, for example. So maybe you want to feature Lower Sackville. You could have, you know, maybe up here is like different links to, you know, here's the events in Lower Sackville. At this one, you write a little description, put a picture, put the link. We've got testimonial lists and then videos as well. So you can really just build like a whole informational page for whatever you're trying to do. I do just want to see if, what was that? I think I have one that I made as an example. So, just so you
Can
can
I
see
ask what you did for that buyer's guide landing page?
what?
There's a buyer's guide in your landing page lists.
Hmm.
What's that all about, Jess?
Let's see. I don't know what I've done in here. There might be nothing on it. Oh, it was probably a test. So this is actually let me do it. You can embed things on your landing pages, which means it's
Ooh.
like, so this one, for example, is a Canva document.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to share from Canva, one of the options is to embed it. And so you could embed your buyer's guide on a landing page. It's just one document. I can go through, like, this is our onboarding package, obviously not a buy. I was testing videos clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is, this could be your buyer's guide that you made in Canva. Now it's just like hosted on this page. And so it's something, you could send to people. Maybe you do an ad saying like, look at my buyer's guide, and then you link to it here, right? 'Cause
That's
it's on this
cute.
page.
How do you
So
put the
anything you've
embed
ever
link in it?
seen. Yeah, so you see here, it'll give you like in Canva, if you say like I want to embed, it's going to give you some junk that looks like that.
Okay.
Which tells the website like this is the size of it, this is the link to it, this is, the margins, how much space needs to be above it, below it, beside it. So it has all that information. So anything that says you can embed it, you could put on a page. The other preview that I had there was the stats. So we did the class on market stats with Shayna quite a while ago. And she was showing you how you can like embed the stats on a page, and you can do
Mhm.
that through this as well. So if you follow that video of how to get the stats and get the little graph, this keeps it like it's a live link as well. So like right now it's showing October 2025. I made this in like a long time ago, months ago.
That's cool.
But it's keeping like the new stats are in there, right? So anything, it's just a place where you can put things from other sources that allow you to embed them. So stats are one, your Cloud CMA landing page is another. Of course, you can use that as a standalone landing page. A Google form can be embedded as well. So if you use Google Forms for anything like open house RSVPs or check-ins, RSVPs for an event, anything like that. If you have a Google form, I'll use business planning for an example. When you go to publish your forms, and I can do a separate class on Google Forms if that interests anyone. When you publish it, let me just, oh no, it's here. I think it's under share. Here, embed HTML. It gives you like this form HTML again. And so like you could have a page that has this just in it, but it's kind of in your landing page or your website. It works both ways. But yeah, I had one that was like a neighborhood snapshot type thing. So yeah, so this has multiple graphs of median sales price, median days on market. You can do average, you can do whichever stat you're trying to share. But you can get each of the graphs and put them in separately as well. Yeah. I think this one's a custom page. The custom pages on your site and the landing pages, when it comes to actually building them, the process is exactly the same. It's just where it's located. If it's a standalone page or it's in your website. So in theory, you could create this as a landing page as well. This one is a page on my site, but the gist is the same. Just to give you an idea. So like let's say you do a page about Lower Sackville. This picture is obviously not Lower Sackville. You can set it up so there's some text about the area, you know, what's on the market. Here's, you know, the new listings in Lower Sackville right now. You can, you know, add videos. If you have any videos, you can add links to different events or things like that coming up. So it definitely, like I said, a custom landing page, it requires a lot of creativity on your part of having something that you want to share. You kind of need that before you go in and create it, right? Did any of those interest anyone that you want me to through?
They were good. I mean, they're all pretty clear, right? Concise, same deal.
Yeah, so let me see.
I feel like when I go to do it, I'll definitely be emailing you.
I'll see if
But
I
I've
can remember
got,
how
I
to do
think
the
I've done
marketing.
it like a couple of times. I've laid it out and had it there and been like, oh, perfect, I've success. And then like something, something between the success feeling and the actual getting it there,
Yeah,
it's lost in
that's fair.
translation.
Um, I'll see if I can do the stats one. So that feels simple and something that anyone can do. Just test my knowledge of market stats now. It's very slow. Close my silly tabs. All right, so for market stats, for this particular one, you would need to obviously use all the filters and find the stats you want to have on that page. So maybe it's, this is the entire MLS. Maybe I want, I'll do Lower Sackville again, just for continuity. So we'll search Lower Sackville. Maybe I want the days on market average, let's say. You can get right into the filters. But once you have the graph here that you want to see, obviously this is comparing the entire MLS versus Lower Sackville. I just want Lower Sackville. Once you have that graph up, you're going to click on share right here. We'll change it to live, and then you would change this to embed. We'll do interactive. I'll make it large there. Okay. Shayna did all of this in that training as well. So it's a very quick run through because I will not explain it properly, but I just remember how to do it. But I'll click on share, which again, then that gives you this code. Is basically what-
Jessica, did the, excuse me, as soon as you said interactive, did you have to put in the size? Because it says select the size.
So I just, it was on small, I just changed it to large.
Is that where it should always be?
It's best for like what you're doing if it's just that on a page. It'll be, you can always make it smaller if needed.
Okay.
But yeah, I would do that there, and then you'll just copy this. Okay. You can also like do it as, if you do it as static, you can do like a PDF, you can do a picture, if you're putting it on social media. But the nice thing with this, like I said, the page that I made it back in like April or May, whenever we did that training, but it was showing October stats because it's live. It's always going to be updating with whatever's the newest information that it's pulling. So it's kind of a set it and forget it. Once you do it once, it's always going to have the most up-to-date data.
So when you copy and paste that, like into our website, do we do it
Yeah.
in blog? Do we do it in extra? Can we do it on the home
I'm going to
screen?
show you where
Okay,
it goes. You can't do it on the home page. It'll be either a custom page on your website or a landing page, which is a standalone page. The process, how you do it, you're just clicking custom page versus landing page. The
Mhm.
process of actually doing it is the exact same. Okay. All right, so all good of how to get the graph. I'm gonna copy that. Get that. I'm gonna go back to my landing page and I need to add a module. So I'm gonna click add module. And we are going to do see if I remember how this. So you have to scroll all the way to the bottom. And you'll see all these other things that that we didn't even go through. But for this particular one, it's called an iframe embed. Okay. So you choose iframe embed. Okay, obviously I have ones that I already created for this. That's that InfoSparks one. If I haven't created it yet, I'm going to click create new. Let's just call
Could
it.
you show us that again just for a quick second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
So you add the module, you go to iframe
Yep.
embed.
Add
and when you get
module, scroll all the way to the bottom and do iframe right here.
Okay.
Then there's this blank drop down.
Mhm.
When you click it, if you've created any iframes for other pages, they'll be there. We have to create a new one, so I'm clicking create new. Okay. Then you have to give it a name. So I would call this lower cycle stats. That
Do you normally date those? Like, how do you keep them organized?
you can, yeah.
So with that one there, we just put in live and then you'll always know you don't really
Yep.
have to update it. Okay.
Sure.
Your-
I wonder if this works. Okay. Good. Maybe that. Let's pause this for a second. I'm gonna try a different one. It didn't like that. HTML embed, not iframe embed. So just scratch that off your notes.
Okay.
HTML embed is the correct one. It did not like the iframe. Okay. Once you add that, you'll click publish at the top. That will save it. Then you can go back. And then you have to select it in that list. So then my Sackville stats that I just made are here. Showing there.
So where does it show up now in your website? So you go to your home page.
Well, this particular one is a landing page, so it does not show on my website. It's just the standalone page, right? And so
Okay.
something like this you will likely do on your website versus a landing page. This was more so to show the process of the sort of doing the HTML. But let's say you do this whole process and you're like, actually, I really, really want this on my website. I'm going to save this. So I'll just publish that.
So do you still make a landing page first?
No, well, I mean, you can, in case you want to come back to it, but I'm just saving this to get out of it. If you have done this, gotten that far and think, okay, now actually I want it on my website, I'm gonna go back to the dashboard and instead of landing page, you're just gonna click custom page. So that's this one here. The nice thing is we already created that HTML embed. We already created that file. And so you can see this sort of interface is exactly the same as the one we were just in, but we're in our website pages. You can see we have the menu of our website is at the top. So that's, you can kind of tell in the preview that now we're in our website. If I add the module, it's the exact same thing. We'll scroll all the way to the bottom and do HTML embed. And in that drop down, my Sackville stats are still here. So I don't have to redo that part. I've already created that. I can click on the Sackville stats. And so then it's, now this will be a page on my website. You can see we have the menu at the top. Okay.
So it would be in blog or in more?
It'll be under more. So if I go to mine, I have neighborhood highlight Lower Sackville. That's the one I had made before. So as long as you want to name it something that's what it's going to be called on your website. Actually, I think it's
Gabriella, I would get nothing done in my whole life if I had something that cute in front of me. She's beautiful.
Thank you. She's my secretary.
Business partner.
I just can't put her in a purse.
Yeah. But yeah, anything you can do in a landing page, you can do in a custom page. Just depends on if you want it standalone or if you want it in your website, right? If it's standalone, no one finds it. You have to be sharing it. And so maybe it's just like your buyer guide, for example. If you have that in Canva, you do the embed, put it on here, and that's a link that you can share. But maybe you necessarily don't want everyone to have free access to it on your site. A landing page would be the choice for that. If it's something that you want people to see when they're on your website, then you would do the custom page, something like your stats or a featured neighborhood or whatever it is, right?
So for usable content for us, if we wanted to do like areas, like we wanted to do Lower Sackville, a blog on Lower Sackville and a blog on whatever.
Yep.
And then embed something like that to show you what the stats are, would that be something that would be reasonable for us to do for different areas that we want to canvas?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you can choose to not have it in your menu when you create a custom page. I think it's in.
There's no advantage to that for us though, is there? Like, wouldn't we want people?
The only advantage is if you don't want people to come across it, it's kind of in the middle of a landing page and your website.
Yeah.
It's linked to your website. So if someone's on it, they can still see about you. They can still search for properties. So if you've sent them the link to it and they get there, they can still explore the rest of your website. But if some random person's on your website, it's not here in the menu. So it allows you to share it to just who you want to share it to, but it also provides the value of your website. So you
Got
can
you.
create it as a page and just hide it in the navigation. So maybe it's something that, maybe it's an event you're planning, inviting clients to, or hopefully potential clients, or a neighborhood event or whatever it is. Maybe you don't want it open to the world. You just want whoever you want to send the link to get it, but you still want them to be able to get onto the rest of your website. That would be something you could create the page for and just hide it in the navigation. So it's kind of in between a landing page and a website page, if that makes sense. It all comes down to who do you want to access it? Where do you want them to access it from? Do you want them to see it? Do you want to only be able to send it to them? And do you want them to be able to access the rest of your site at the same time? Okay. The only difference is with the ones in your website, you can't create the property landing page because those already exist from searching on your website, right? So the property one that I did at the beginning is only landing pages. All the custom stuff can either be a landing page or a custom page in your site.
So the landing pages you're talking about, can we advertise those through Instagram and Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just need to have the link.
Okay. So we could put a picture, like a facing picture up, and you call it embed the link, right in the picture. So they click on the picture and it goes to where we want them to go.
For Facebook, you would put the link in like the text of the post. So
Okay.
when you're writing the post, you would copy and paste it in there. Instagram's a bit harder because you can't, even if you put the link in the text, people can't click it. Instagram functions a bit differently that way. So you would need to have it like in your bio sort of Instagram, or on a story. You can do like the link sticker on a story.
Can you do them for like sponsored posts though?
For
Sponsored
sponsored
Facebook
posts, yes. Yeah.
and Instagram?
Yep. But your like standard traditional Instagram post, if you paste the link into the text of that post on Instagram, you can see the whole link. You can't click it. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just plain text. So you would need to have put it into like your bio of your Instagram, or make your post, share it to your story, and put the link sticker, which gets a little confusing. But yeah, Instagram's not as great for external links. Because then you're obviously, if you have a link in your bio to your website, you have to delete that to then put this other link that you're putting in there, right? So a lot of people use different things like a link tree is one. There's lots of different services like that where it's one link you keep in your bio and you can add multiple links on that. It's like its own little landing page essentially. And then you can have a link to your Facebook, a link to your yeah, Darlene's pulling her hair. That's getting in really in the nitty-gritty of it. But I'm happy to help anyone with that if it's something you're interested in. But yeah, the main purpose of this was just to show you the simplicity of the property landing page and just kind of show you the basics of setting up a custom page if there's something specific you need. But if there's something, you know, you have something coming up that you want to do a landing page for and you're not quite sure how to put it into action with this, I'm happy to meet with you and walk you through it. Because sometimes it, like, even when I was going through it, I did an iframe and then it didn't really work. And so like that might trip you up. We just have to go back and figure out the right way to do it. Just takes a few minutes, right? So happy to meet with anyone if you need that.
Well, we go through into, we go through command and then we get into our web page or our website rather.
Yeah.
Can we do this all in just regular editing or do we have to go into advanced editing to do it?
You have to go into expert mode.
Expert mode, okay.
Yeah. From in command, there's not a whole lot you can do from like the regular, like this section.
Mhm.
You can kind of play around with your home page a little bit, but when you get into any like custom pages or landing pages, all of that is in the expert mode section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we ever find a way to take that home page and put, excuse me, and put a custom picture on it?
A custom picture? Like,
Mhm. Like, you
like
know,
in
when
the
you go through,
background?
yes, that, and also instead of find your Halifax dream home, because as soon as you go to your website, as soon as you link through to your website, my friends and family and people that I'm working with have said, how do I know it's yours? I said, well, you gotta scroll down to the bottom and it says that it's, I
Your
said, well,
name should be at the top.
my
right
name's
there.
not at the top. And you know what? I shouldn't say that. I should say that if it is, it's not noticeable, because I've had that from a couple of people.
You
So the
can
guy I'm
change
dealing
the
with right
images in
now-
that text, though.
How?
I did it like 5 years ago, so I don't. And I
Oh,
think
you
there have
added
been
your logo, Darlene.
My logo's there, yes.
It does have your name right here in the very top.
Okay, well, people don't see that on their phone, for sure.
But
But
yes,
I'm-
you can change the picture.
Because if I can change that, and I'm hijacking this, I'll ask you later.
No, that's fine.
It's just, it looks like everybody else's.
Right
Everybody
here.
looks the same unless we customize them, right?
So
Banner.
you can change the headline, which will change this Find Your Halifax Dream Home.
Okay,
And then you can also upload your own images here.
and so, okay. So if you wanted to change to the one that you've got on the left-hand side, could you do that? Like you happen to have an image
So
there
I
on your
just-
left-hand
let me
side
just-
right now.
Right here.
Yes,
Yep, so you can upload additional images here.
okay,
You can delete the ones, so there's just the trash can there. You can see I just updated it. I changed the headline to your name, so it's literally right there.
Okay.
So like you could change that to like Find Your Halifax Dream Home with Darlene Morrissey
with Darlene.
or with Darlene.
Perfect. I think we all should be doing that,
Yeah,
because they
you can
do
change
a
that to
big
whatever
click
you
around
want,
with
and then you
Google
can change
Bars.
the images as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, you
Awesome.
don't even have to go into expert mode for that part, which is nice.
That's right. I'll try it and you'll fix it with me later next week, right?
I think I'm freezing.
Thanks for showing us that.
Sorry, I think I'm cutting in and out. Everyone keeps freezing on me, so it's probably me.
Yes, I gotta run. Thank you very much. That was great.
Yeah, happy to help. But yeah, like I said, if anyone has any questions or you're going through it and get stuck, just send me an email, give me a call. Or come in and we can meet on Zoom, whatever is easiest.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Jessica.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jess.
Thank you, Jess.
You're welcome.
Have a great day, guys.
Have a good day, guys.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.